Let me tell you a secret about the male mind, a truth that few women ever grasp. It's not your perfect photo that will have him restless at 2 in the morning. It's not the memory of your touch or the scent of your perfume. It's an echo. It's the trace of a single, unresolved question you left lingering in his thoughts. It's a psychological itch that he can't quite scratch. It's the quiet, persistent feeling that you see him in a way no one else ever has. Men are not haunted by what is easily given. They are captivated by what they cannot fully decipher. This is where almost everyone gets it wrong. We are taught to be an open book, to seek validation, to explain our feelings, to fill every awkward silence, and to lay all our cards on the table. The moment you do this, you become predictable. And in the male psyche, predictability is the silent killer of intrigue. The pioneering psychologist Carl Jung taught us that our deepest attractions are not logical. They are not a checklist of pros and cons. They are symbolic. They are primal. A man isn't drawn to a spreadsheet of your good qualities. He is drawn to the feeling you evoke. He is drawn, unconsciously, to the parts of himself that he discovers only in your presence. What if I told you there is a way to speak not to his ears but directly to his unconscious? A way to plant a thought seed that he cannot ignore. It's not a demand, it's not a confrontation. It's a mirror. It's a single, perfectly timed question. A question that forces him to stop reacting to the world and for a moment start reflecting on himself. Imagine this: he's alone, driving home or lying in the dark. The world is finally quiet, but his mind isn't. He's replaying a moment with you, not because it was loud or dramatic, but because it was unresolved. You didn't ask him, "What are we?" or "Do you miss me?" You asked him something subtle, something that made him look at the man behind the mask he wears every day. You held up a mirror he never saw coming. And now, alone in the silence, his mind is forced to look. The art of the catalyst. This entire dynamic hinges on the delivery. This is where 99% of women fail, because they sabotage the moment with their own anxious energy. The first mistake is confrontation. When you hit a man with questions like, "Why didn't you text me?" or "Where is this relationship going?" his shields go up. Instantly, his brain switches from connection to defense. His logic activates and all emotional resonance is severed. You are no longer an enigma, you are an adversary. The second mistake is pressure. This is the nonverbal energy, the intense staring eyes, the tense body language, the "I need an answer now" vibe. He feels this pressure as a cage and his primal instinct is to bolt. To make this work, you must do the absolute opposite. You must become the anchor, not the storm. Your energy must be one of complete, unshakable calm. It's a calm that says, "I am entirely whole with or without your answer." Your gaze isn't demanding, it's knowing. You look at him, but it feels like you are looking into him. It's serene. And then a subtle, almost private smile. Not a wide, people-pleasing grin, it's a smile that says, "I see something, and it's fascinating." He expects pressure, you give him peace. He expects a demand, you give him a puzzle. And in that quiet, disarmed moment, you drop the question. You say it softly, clearly, as if you're merely thinking aloud. And this is the most critical part: you let it go. You do not lean in waiting for a reply. You do not explain why you asked. You don't say, "I was just wondering because." You ask, you pause for a beat, holding that calm, smiling gaze. And then you release the tension. You change the subject. You laugh lightly and grab your drink. Or most powerfully, you smile and say, "Anyway, I have to get going, I'll see you." You have just handed him a locked puzzle box and then walked away. The question that creates the echo. So what is the question? It's not aggressive, it's not needy. It is deeply personal, yet completely unthreatening. In that quiet moment, you look at him with that calm, knowing smile and you ask, "I've always wondered, what's the one part of yourself you're most afraid for me to see?" Now, let's break down exactly why this one question is a psychological masterpiece. First, it immediately bypasses his ego. The ego wants to say, "I'm not afraid of anything, I'm an open book." But his unconscious mind, the part Jung focused on, knows that's a lie. Everyone has a hidden room. You've just shown him you know the door exists. Second, it's an invitation to vulnerability, not a demand for it. You're not saying, "Tell me your secrets." You're saying, "I see that there's more to you, and I'm not scared of it." You've positioned yourself as a safe harbor, not a judge. Third, it forces immediate self-reflection. He cannot answer this with a simple yes or no. He is forced in that instant to scan his own identity. What am I hiding? My insecurity, my fear of failure, my softness. To even begin to find an answer, he must become vulnerable with himself. And finally, it creates the unresolved mental loop. His logical mind hates this question. It's an emotional and intellectual puzzle with no easy solution. Long after you've left, his brain will keep returning to it, trying to solve it. What is that part of me? Why was I afraid to tell her? How did she know? And every single time his mind loops back to that question, who is it inextricably linked to? You. You didn't ask him to think about you. You gave him a reason to think about himself, and in doing so, made you the catalyst for his own self-discovery. The unforgettable woman's. This is the profound difference between temporary attraction and permanent intrigue. Temporary attraction comes from lack. It's playing hard to get. It's based on games, anxiety, and the fear of loss. It's fragile. The moment you stop playing the game, the attraction evaporates. Permanent intrigue comes from depth. This is what we are talking about. It's not a game to be won, it's a mystery to be explored. You are no longer just a person he's dating. You have become a central character in his inner world. You are a part of his journey. A man will forget what you wore. He will forget the exact words of a compliment. He might even forget a passionate night. But he will never forget the woman who made him look at himself in a new light. He will never forget the woman who saw the man behind the mask and wasn't afraid. This isn't manipulation. This is profound, authentic communication. You are acting from a place of wholeness, not need. You are not trying to get his attention. You are simply showing him that you are paying attention. You become the echo in his mind, the unresolved puzzle, the one person who makes him feel more himself than anyone else. And that is completely and utterly irreplaceable. So I'm curious, what is your experience with this? Have you ever felt that click, that moment when you shifted from being predictable to being a mystery? Share your story in the comments below. And if this resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognition, subscribe and click the bell. We are only just beginning to explore this psychological world.